Hey, it's Don the Sarge here. That's right. We are off to a good start. Good morning. Today is the 6th of January, 2021. Yeah, most of you probably had a very interesting year this last year. 2020 was interesting for me, I can tell you that. A lot of changes, a lot of unexpected things happening in life, and yet a lot of same things happening in life that people just didn't realize. But the coolest thing is we learned how to transition and change ways of doing things without going under. At least I hope you did. I know a lot of us did. Win with the Sarge, my podcast. In order for that to make little sense, today is just going to be a little bit about who the Sarge is and why I titled it Win with the Sarge, and a little bit about my agency, so that the podcast coming down the road will make sense to you. Now, I did spend 10 years in the military. I was injured and got medically retired at the end of that. I went through some great training in the military to be a sergeant, and I liked being a sergeant. I was a combat engineer. Well, what that really means in civilian tongue is I got to play with explosives, landmines and C4 and various other stuff. They don't use much of the same stuff I played with today. I also jumped out of airplanes and helicopters. Now, some of y'all might think that's crazy. I happen to like it. And no, in my first 5 jumps at jump school, which was a tough school, by the way, I did not have a night jump, meaning I didn't close my eyes when I went out the door. In fact, I'm the guy that would show up on Saturdays out there, and they'd have fun jumps, or what we called Hollywood jumps, and I'd be out there just getting an extra 2 or 3 jumps in for the day and have some fun. But the reality of all my time in the military was, regardless of the job that somebody had, whether they were a cook or a mechanic or infantry or communications or combat engineer or medical personnel, the bottom line was our overall job was to protect people. And I think as a military, we do pretty good at that. Well, when I got out, I decided I had to find something I enjoyed, something I wasn't planning to do because I didn't plan on getting out. And, life will throw some things at you, and sometimes you just gotta pick it up and deal with it. Well, I went into sales. I did like sales. I was in car sales. Loved selling cars. Didn't really like dealership mentality. I fell into another industry by accident. And I have come to make that industry part of my heart. Love what we do, because guess what? I'm still protecting families. I'm still changing lives. I just do it a little differently now. Today, I protect a family's ability to have an income even when the breadwinner dies. I protect the family's ability to have an income when that person becomes injured or too sick from terminal illness or chronic illness to be able to produce an income. I keep families in the homes that they have worked so hard to keep, to have. I keep kids going to the same schools that they're used to going. I allow families to be able to have that proper time to mourn in the event of a death without the financial strain and struggles and stress of trying to pay the mortgage and possibly other bills, so that they can make rational decisions at the right time for them. I'm going to be spending a lot of time over the pods this year in 2021 talking about a variety of areas. I take things from a little bit of a different aspect, a little bit of a different view, a different look. Great industry to be in, especially if you like serving people. Great industry to be in if you like making great money. And the cool part is, I don't actually get paid out of my clients' money. So there's some real value and benefit to me there. That's a win-win scenario. A win with the Sarge is all about creating a plan, a situation where either as a customer, as a business partner, or an affiliate with me, and I don't mean as an affiliate marketing, but somebody who's networking with me to accomplish the same thing, or some of my agents around the country, We get in and set things in motion by working with an individual or with a family based on their goals, based on their finances, based on their age, health, and other factors, put together programs that are going to benefit that family. Now, that's going to be different for everyone I talk to just a little bit. And the beauty of it is I don't believe in being married to one company. In the industry, we call that a captive agent. Because although even a captive company can have some good plans, the reality is one plan does not fit everybody. Now, in this arena, I have some companies that are great for senior citizens. They're just overpriced and not so flexible for what a young family needs. I've got others that they're a little more sympathetic to those who use tobacco than some other companies are. So the prices are better. And then I have others that, boy, you got any kind of a health issue, they're not touching you. And then I have other companies that, you know what? They can take these kind of health issues. They might charge you just a little bit more, but they'll take you and be able to work with you. So my job is to sit down with you, the person I'm sitting in front of, and we pretty much do that virtually by Zoom now. Find out some information, take that information and shop that through all these companies that I'm associated with as a broker so that I can find the right program at the right price with the right benefits to make that family comfortable in fulfilling their goals, their needs, and have peace of mind in their life. How cool is that, right? And once done, you know what? It's amazing that if it's done properly, people will call you back and say, hey, I asked so-and-so to give you a call. Be looking out for him. It's pretty nice. Now, there's a flip side to that. Let me give you a recent story from a colleague. One of my colleagues in Las Vegas had just written and met with and written an older couple. A little bit different version of what we were able to do because that's what fitted them in their budget. And they weren't thinking initially that they needed it, but then they kind of went with it because they felt like it could be of value. They made 2 payments, and he passed away. Unexpectedly, in his sleep. She was pregnant, and they have a house, and she already has 2 kids. But now, they won't move from the house. That's been paid off. They're able to stay in the same area so that the kids who are already starting school don't have to transition. Don't have to go through that type of trauma, or they've already got enough trauma. They've lost their dad. The income has been replaced, at least a good chunk of it, for a long period of time, so that the financial stress of the mom taking things on her own has been reduced and manageable without having to have a mortgage payment being made every month. You think that made a difference? I know it did. I absolutely know that it did because I've seen this time and time again. And as like most of you, I've seen the opposite, where somebody did not take the time to put those kind of programs or plans into action. And what they thought would never happen, happened. And if you want to see proof of it, go to the GoFundMe accounts and see how many of them there are for somebody who's got a terminal illness, chronic illness, or a family member who's passed away. And not only can they not cover the expenses of that, but the family can't survive afterwards because of the cost of that. So that's what we're going to be talking about over the next while, I don't know, 6 months to a year. Going to have some interviews that will come in with some both people in the industry, some possibly from a little bit different point of view from me on how to take care of those needs, because that's important. Some from clients, people I've dealt with, or people that have dealt with associates, and what their thoughts are as to what we do and how it helped them, and did it or did it not make a difference. We're also going to talk to a lot of folks who are in the industry and why they came into this industry, what the benefits of it were getting started, and what the benefits of it are now that they've been into it for a while, because it will change. Not only will it make your wallet get fatter and not at the expense of your clients, but it will make your heart get fatter because of what you're doing for other people. And that in and of itself is pretty dang rewarding. So this first podcast is going to be a little short. Introducing myself again, my name is Don Rains. And I am here as the Sarge with the Sarge's Agency in Utah. I am here to help educate people and let people know about what's available. The term I hear the most that I never have liked, well, there's several of them. It can't be done. Never really bought into that one. It just means they couldn't do it. That won't work. Yeah, for that person, it won't. The other one is, it sounds too good to be true. It usually is. Usually means you're not educated about what's going on in that particular arena, in that particular industry. So, I'm here to change that. You want to learn about it, you don't have to become a specialist, you don't have to get involved, although I am looking for folks all the time. But the idea is learn enough to be able to make rational decisions for you and your loved ones. And that's what we're going to concentrate on. So for 2021, it's going to rock. Is it different? Yeah, it's different. We do business differently. We see things differently. We take different precautions. But it also opened a lot of eyes that things can go south very unexpectedly. Take advantage of this year. Take advantage of the time that we have. Take advantage of your youth, depending on where you're at, as to structuring things. But most of all, make memories. Be present in the moment. Make it count. I think that was the biggest thing that a lot of people got out of 2020 with the quarantines and staying home is family means something. People mean something. Being present in the moment has changed a lot of perspectives. I hope to change your perspective on a lot of things to do in the financial services area of taking care of you and your family when things go south or worse. So, without further ado, this is Don the Sarge. I'm signing off to get out of here. And I will be back on another one in the next week. I will be attempting, though don't hold me exactly to this, depending on schedules, but attempting to release a podcast each Wednesday. I look forward to your thoughts, your comments, and if you would like to be interviewed, let me know. Don the Sarge, signing off.